Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these adorable scrunchy little flowers. And these are great as an addition to any project that you have, either just as one little flower or you can group them together to make sort of a bunching of flowers. So for this, you can use any size 4 medium weight yarn that you have lying around. I'm just working with some smaller scrap yarn balls that I had left over from other projects. And I'm going to be using a size G or 6 or 4 1/4 millimeter crochet hook. But if you don't have a crochet hook of this exact size, it's not a problem. Just get as close as you can. And we're going to begin with a magic circle. So take your tail and drape it over your working yarn and then pinch that intersection. You're going to slide your crochet hook up in your loop, and I just keep holding that intersection while I change hands. From here, you're going to yarn over and pull through your loop, and then separate your loop out like this so that your tail and your loop are on the top side of your loop. From here, we're going to place a chain stitch, and then we're going to place 8 single crochets inside of our magic circle. And when you're working these single crochet stitches, make sure you're working over your loop as well as over that tail. And from here, we're going to pull on our tail to tighten the gap in our magic circle. And you do have the option of crocheting over your tail if you wanted this to be a standalone flower. But if you're attaching this to a project, just leave your tail so that you have something to attach it with. That makes it a lot easier. From here, we're going to skip our tiny little chain 1, and then we're going to start in the front loop only, which is the loop closest to you when you're looking at a stitch of our first single crochet. And we're going to place 1 single crochet here. Then we want to add 3 double crochets and another single crochet. So that's going to be your first petal. For your next petal, you're going to work in the front loop only. You're going to place 1 single crochet, then 3 double crochets, and then 1 single crochet. From here, we are going to repeat that pattern in the front loop only of the remaining stitches in this row. So when we get to the end of our row, we should have 8 petals. And once you have your 8 petals, then what I want you to do is sort of pull your first little petal out like this. And we're going to place a slip stitch in the top of our first single crochet. And then we are going to cut our yarn. Then to tie this off, we're just going to pull our yarn through that loop there and pull it nice and tight to tighten it down. Now from here, we're going to hide our tail on this back side where our other tail was, so that we can use these 2 tails to attach it to our next project. So in order to do that, you're just going to slide your crochet hook in this gap and then yarn over and pull your tail through like this. And then your flower can scrunch up however it wants to. And when it comes to attaching, I usually slide these 2 tails between 2 different stitches and then tie them together on the inside of my project. And please let me know in the comments below if you ended up making these little flowers. I love to hear what you're attaching them to and how they turned out. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.